Welcome back in to the Donnie Tyndall Show, and a great recent win on the road against Eastern Illinois. Donnie, we've talked about it many times, a very difficult place to play. So difficult, in fact, that Kenneth Fareed and DeMonte Harper never won at the Lance Center, but this team managed to pull it off, and a great win for your team.
Well, we finally get rid of those bums, and Coach Tyndall takes over, and we win the game. You know,
so coaching takes over instead of talent.
I put it in Harper and Fareed's hands for 4 years, and they couldn't deliver, David. So I finally said, I'm going to take it back over this year, and we got the win. So it was a hard-fought game. Eastern Illinois is a very challenging, difficult place to play, and you know, we had a tough loss on Thursday, but I was proud of our guys. We had a great spirited practice on Friday for about an hour and a half, which was encouraging. There, Drew Kelly's running the floor early for the layup. I thought our guys really competed, and you know, we didn't control the game, David, but we were always either in the lead or felt comfortable about where we were at in the game. And Drew there ducks in for a nice pass, kick out three. I believe that was Angelo Warner. No, that was Will Bailey. You know, he was much better guarding the ball in this game than he was against SIUE, where he was getting penetrated to the paint a lot. And here we don't execute a halftime or a play right before the halftime buzzer. It was a huge swing. Went from 6 to 4. Coach Tyndall's a little upset. We set a set play up, and Drew was open, and we missed him. And you know, that's the emotions of the game. The game will hurt you, and but I thought the second half we regrouped. We were up 4 at half. You know, could have been 6, maybe 9 if Drew makes the 3, but we kept plugging. There was a nice pass from Will to Drew earlier. Good dribble penetration, kick out 3. Ty happens to miss it, but Drew offensive rebounds, and Ty's right in front of our bench, and I'm yelling, knock it in. So even though I got on his tail a little bit at halftime, I still say, go ahead and shoot the ball, Ty, shoot. When you're open, knock it in, and he did there.
And shows great confidence by your senior.
Yeah,
missing one,
he's been in those settings. He's heard it all from me, and you know, it's probably like water off a duck's back. You just move on, and that's part of the game. But we stayed aggressive as a team, not just Ty. There's a nice aggressive move from Drew. I believe that put us up 9 with about 3 minutes to go, and we kept battling. Yeah, there it is, 2:22 to go, up 9, and you know, I heard Eastern Illinois staff, you know, some of the coaches said, well, we feel like we should have won the game, but you know, we felt like we were in control of the game. They make 3 straight late threes with under 2 minutes to go, and most of them were pretty challenged. We get driven there. It's a good pass. We should have taken a charge that leads to an open look, and then we missed a couple free throw opportunities. Marcel missed the front end of a one-on-one, and he's a 95% shooter. Ty missed the back end of a one-on-one. Could have put us up 4, kept it at 3 where they tied the game. And you know, that's life on the road. It's never easy, and if you can just keep grinding and find a way to get out of there with a 1-point win, you're thankful. And here's their last 3 to tie it. We just missed the second free throw to put us up 3, and we leave our feet on a shot fake. They make us pay. And usually I call timeout in this situation, David. We're tie game, about 15 seconds to go. He was going to call timeout, but I didn't want him to change defenses or sub. We had the matchup we wanted with Miller, the freshman, on Lamont. He happens to miss the shot, but then Angelo Warner makes a great rebound and gets fouled to go to the line for 2. And you know, he's a young kid. He's had some great moments for us this year as a freshman. He misses the first, and you know, you could see him looking over like, Coach, help me. I'm like, I can't do anything for you, bro. Knock it in, you know. And so he stepped up there, and this one rolls in. We find a way to get out of there, just like I said, with a 1-point win. And
that's enough.
It is. Like I always say, on the road, you'll take a 1-pointer, get on the bus, and enjoy your sandwich or pizza, you know.
Desperation shot by Granger at the end of the game misses, and as you said, you survive. 1-point win, which is just as good as a 20.
Yep, it is, and you know, you can see relief on our guys' faces, and there's Angelo saying, man, I was nervous, but he's a great kid, and he's going to have a great career here at MSU. I was proud of him.
Stay with us when we come back. A very special in-studio guest. You don't want to miss this. Donnie's mother, Judy, is in studio for the first time ever and she'll join us next, right here on The Donnie Tyndall Show.
Welcome back into the Donnie Tyndall Show. We have a very special guest here today with us, my beautiful mom, Judy. And Mom, looking back on myself as a young boy, could you ever see or envision me being in a situation that involved leadership, or obviously being in a position that I'm in now as a youngster?
Well, I'm going to back up just a little bit and say, you know, when you were 7 years old, I don't know if you remembered or not, but you begged to have a basketball hoop. So we went and put a basketball hoop up for you, and a lot of parents will do a little 6 or 8 foot hoop. Yeah. We said, nope, if he's going to be a basketball player the way he has his dreams to be a basketball player, then he's getting the 10-footer, and you make the shots or you don't. Well, guess who made the shots? So we knew he had this terrific dream to play basketball, not just to be the best high school player, but to be a Division I basketball player. And guess where he played basketball? Morehead State.
Well, we all have different people that affect our lives and influence who we are and what we become. And certainly my mom and dad were instrumental in everything that I've accomplished and achieved to today. Another guy that I think was very important in my development was my boss at LSU, Coach John Brady. And my mom got to know Coach Brady through coming to LSU for numerous games and trips and different opportunities. And maybe tell the people, because I think it's important outside of your parents, that people hear about the influences that I've had. And you know, we know that Coach Brady was very demanding of me and very intense, but got the base of my coaching philosophy established. And what did you think, or how did you see me grow in my time from being a head junior college coach, Mom, to working for Coach Brady at LSU for 4 years?
Well, you're absolutely right when you say Coach Brady was very demanding. I mean, Stromae Swift, who ended up being in the pros, was a kid that my son had to go and knock on his door every morning, get him out of bed, and walk him to classes, pick him up after his class, take him to the next one, so that kid could be successful, not just academically, but on the court too, because it goes hand in hand. So that's where everything that his dad and I preached to him through the years, the importance of education, came through finally to Don when he had to walk these kids to class. You know, Mom, you're absolutely right. I am so glad that I have a good education. So that part of accepting and realizing the importance of getting a fine education came through John Brady.
Tell the, you know, as you get older, I have many, many friends, but as you go through different experiences in your life, you sometimes tend to kind of shorten or make your inner circle a little bit smaller. And I've certainly done that in the past 3 or 4 years. I have numerous friends, but there's a circle of intimate, close friends that I trust, and then there's some people that I'm friends with, but I don't share everything. But I think there's people out there that would be interested to maybe hear some secrets about Coach Tyndall and some things that maybe only Mom could share with them. So any secrets or tidbits you want to share with the audience, Mom?
Oh, I have several. But just a few really neat ones. Most boys, the first word that they'll ever say is mama. Not this kid. Ball. That was the first word that Don ever said, ball. And he could dribble a basketball by the time he was 2.5 years old. And it was just his favorite thing to do. So I guess the first word that he ever said, little did we ever know at that time that would end up to where he is today, but that was the word.
Yeah.
Don has a spectacular collection of basketball shoes. He has a room that when he moved into his home here in Moorhead, he had a room that was designed just to hold his shoes. He has racks and racks and racks, and I don't know, Don, how many pair of shoes do you think you have in there?
Close to 300 now,
Close to
unfortunately.
300.
It's my one weakness.
The last thing I want to say is I probably really would love to say I'm his #1 fan, but I have to say his daughters are. I take the back seat, but I'm right there behind them. So we're proud. We are with him as much as we can be, and we hope to be here even more in the future. But I always tell him if we're not there in person, we're there in spirit. Don and I have a special thing, although, you know, Don, maybe that's what happened last night. We usually do a thumbs up to each other before the game. We didn't do that last night. I don't know, we didn't connect. But anyway, we usually do that. And the other thing that's really special between mother and son is we text one another before every single game.
Well, I'd like to thank my mom, who I love very much, for being on the Donnie Tyndall Show today. And you're right, Mom, I guarantee that before the Eastern Kentucky game, which viewers please tune into the Donnie Tyndall Show next week for the EKU highlights, I'll give you the thumbs up, and hopefully it turns out a little bit better. Thanks for watching the Donnie Tyndall Show.
The Donnie Tyndall Show is brought to you by Kentucky's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, U.S. Bank, Wendy's of Moorhead, the Citizens Bank, Stanifer Builders Paving and Sealing of West Liberty, Rowe Insurance Incorporated of Moorhead, Major Brands Tire and Auto Center, Larry Fannin Chevrolet, Whitaker Bank, Eagle Finance in Moorhead, making loans to people, not credit scores. Lakeside Christian Academy on US 60 West in Moorhead, educating for eternity. Trademark Insurance. Ira Kilburn, attorney at law. Commercial Bank of West Liberty, where friendliness prevails. Eagle Trace Golf Course. And by Northcutt & Son Home for Funerals, serving others as we would like to be served.